Okay, we're recording. So, Mark, thanks so much for taking the time to chat with me today. I know it's a day before the launch. I know what that's like. For me, it's a complete nightmare. For you, I should think it's also, although I haven't said that, you're pretty organised. You're way ahead of the game compared to me. Um, I've even noticed like some of the product videos were recorded 3 weeks ago or something like that. And I'm thinking, wow, that's organised. you know,
I like to keep on top of things, Trevor, mate. But yeah, I'm always panicking. I mean, I've got everything, pretty much done, and I've got everything listed, and I still lie awake at night thinking, have I done that? Have I done
yeah,
that?
yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Well,
Good
so
to be here.
we're talking about Blox,
Yeah.
and this is apart from. I don't know if I was thinking this. I don't know if else in the world is a common phrase, but Blox does sound a little bit like something. If it depends how fast you say it down below, but
Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah.
so I don't know. The guys out in the States might not get that. I don't know, but you probably do. You can Google it. But anyway, the interesting thing about this is that it's not kind of like something you've put together for the.
No. I mean,
Yeah,
this isn't something that is, it's not one of those theory-based things that, oh, this would be a good idea. I'll throw all this together and then I go out there and sell it. No, Blox is something that I actually do myself, and I do it pretty much every week, Trevor.
and I've seen you doing stuff, and I've been thinking to myself, well, there's a couple of things I've thought. Number one, what is he up to? Yeah, with various bits and pieces online appearing, And number two, how on earth is he doing that? I mean, when you've hit the leaderboards on multiple leaderboards, very very close together, even on the same day, on my launches as well, big numbers, and it turns out like the big reveal is that it's down to this system that you've named Blox.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it kind of starts off as a funny story, really. I'm sure most people watching this now know that, I launch products. I'm a product creator. I'm also an affiliate. So I do this full time. This is what I do for a living. And doing so means that you have to promote an awful lot of products. I say have to. I mean, I want to in many cases because I make a great deal of money from doing so. But
yeah.
There are occasions when you feel obliged to promote a particular launch when you may be too busy to actually review it properly.
Yeah.
Or it might be, I mean, when you've been doing this for as long as I have, sometimes it gets a little bit silly because one day you said, hey, here, there's a great product, buy this. And then the next day you said, buy this. And then the following day you said, buy that.
Yeah.
And after a period of doing that, you start to wonder, can I really send this out to my list again? Can I ask them to buy this product when I said, this product was great yesterday?
Yeah.
Ethically tell them that the product today is just as good and they should buy that.
I hear you. I hear you so well.
We all say that, people, they shouldn't keep chasing shiny buttons.
Yeah.
And yet
we keep sending them shiny buttons to press.
And it just became a little bit monotonous. It just became a little bit silly. And I know you're much like myself, Trevor. I like producing content. I like putting things together. I'm more of a creative person than I am a marketer. I don't really have the time to be doing reviews, and I don't really like sending stuff out that I haven't reviewed properly.
Yeah.
So it put me in a little bit of a spot, really. And then I decided, well, what if I actually didn't bother promoting affiliate products? And don't get me wrong, I still do it, but what if I turned it round and produced great quality, great products that people could have, but in order to get those products, then they would purchase something through me. So rather than paying me for the content, or what I call the magnets, actually, rather than people paying me for that, so whatever it was I was pre-selling, I would ask them to make a purchase, an affiliate purchase, kind of a trade-off, if you like. So basically, I would have a pre-sale, they'd get to the end of the pre-sale, and this is a pre-sale post on a blog. So to get to the end of that post, some people would really, really want whatever it was I was talking about. And then they go over to what I call a details page. You could call it a secret page, whatever. And then on that page, I'm saying, well, look, you can have this. I'm not going to give it to you. It's not going to be free. But what I'm going to say here is if you purchase this product, i.e. an affiliate product, could be anything at all. If you purchase that, then you'll get this, i.e. the product that I've pre-sold. So I guess you could call it a reverse bonus method, but it's more than that, because some bonuses tend to be throwaway. People never even look at them.
Yeah.
So what I've done is it could be anything at all. You know, it could be a 2-page PDF, ugly PDF. It could be a link to a video. It could be anything, as long as you pre-sell it properly. So the whole point of this whole method, Blox, is pre-selling something that you control. It doesn't have to be yours. Doesn't have to be something that you've spent months putting together. It could just be a video. It could just be a short PDF, providing the perceived value, is there in the post, and you get the engagement up in the post. Some people are going to want it, and those people that do, they're going to buy pretty much anything you ask them to in order to get it.
Yeah.
I also found that conversions, because I'm filtering it through the system, so by the time people get to the details page, they're already pretty committed to getting whatever it is you've pre-sold. By the time they get to that page, you know, they're pretty much going to buy whatever you ask them to buy within reason. And, you know, I've seen my conversions go from, you know, an average sort of 10% up to 20, 30%. You know, so.
And is this something that, you know, for those that are watching this now, so let's take, we'll use the phrase newbies, but I think what I'm really getting at is the guys and girls on my list who just really want finally something that's going to bring in some regular money. Now, it doesn't have to be a fortune, but that they can get cracking with.
Yeah, no, I'm completely aware of that. And I've spoken about this before, but it's probably my age. But I didn't get into this as a young man. I'm certainly not a young man now.
You're looking lovely, mate.
But anyway, I mean, you know, I was sort of a plumber. I worked in the construction industry for the best part of my working life. And I got into this late. I don't get the tech side of stuff. And I remember vividly what it's like to be a newbie. I know what it's like to buy product after product and find out that, you know, half of it is theory. There's parts missing on this. Some of it is just ridiculously hard to do. Whereas with Blox, basically all you need to do is put together a blog. Okay. Now, I've included training on how to do that as well for anybody that's just starting out, anybody that's new. But essentially, it's just a blog. And then you get hold of a magnet, and obviously that's explained as well. But it's very, very easy to do. So I don't want anybody to think it's beyond their capabilities. It's not dead easy stuff. And then perhaps the hardest thing about this whole thing is getting a great post together. The pre-sale post has to really, you know, resonate with anybody that's reading it. It has to convince them, almost like a sales page, really, that they need this. It's not hard to do. It's explained, but that's the hardest part. So essentially, it's about providing great content on your own blog. So at the same time, you're making money. You're also building an evergreen business. What I found by doing this or switching to this method is, you know, my blog and posts, they're ranking all over Google, Bing, Yahoo. So it's also driving in organic traffic.
Yeah, it's a compounding effect. The more you do, the more it's bringing in.
So, you know, you put together great content and it convinces some people to click over to the details page. Some of those people, in my experience, 20 to 30% of those people that click over to the details page will actually purchase a product through you to get whatever it is you're pre-selling. And it works over and over again. Now, going back to your question, could anybody do this? Yes, they could. Now, obviously, I have a list, so I can use my list, but that's not the only source of traffic I use. You can use Facebook. You can use any kind of traffic source.
Do you cover traffic in the course? So
yes.
Because this is a big question all the time I get from my followers is, but what about traffic? It's all very well, you've got this, you've got that, but I need to get traffic to it.
Absolutely. I mean, there are a number of methods. Most of them are free. Now, I'll be honest with you, most free methods, you're going to get some traffic. You're not going to get tons and tons of traffic. But what I have done is I've included a traffic source. It is paid, but it's very, very cheap. So, if you're on a budget, if you've just got, $5 to spend on traffic, it's enough to get you started. And if you do this the way I teach, then you're going to make money in a day or two's time. And, you can also use this to build a list as well.
Yeah. And, at the end of the day, I think none of us really mind spending money if you get a return on it. I mean, I've tested a few things recently, and it's a bit painful when I've spent like over £200 on a particular advertising strategy and got like 2 sales. But if you've got something that is, relatively low cost to run, so straight away you haven't got this fear of like overexposure and like it running out of control. You wake up in the morning and you owe $60 or something. It's low cost, but it's getting the results. If it gets those sales and you see a spend of $5 and commissions of 30, you're going to do it over and over, aren't you? So
and the thing with Blox is it's not just about it's not just about promoting a single product. Let me give you an example. So if, say, a product launches tomorrow and I put together a post specific to that offer, and then I drive traffic to that offer, in say 2 weeks' time, that's gone. Nobody's interested in that product anymore. You might get a couple of sales here and there, but half the time vendors close these offers down. So all of that time, all of that effort you put into that promotion, whether it's on your blog or in an email or whatever, it's kind of wasted.
Or they're going through to get the offer, and it's gone up from $7 to like 97 or something, and it's never ever going to convert.
That's right. But with Blox, you're never actually pre-selling an affiliate offer. So you're never promoting an affiliate offer. You're always promoting what I call the magnet, i.e. whatever you're pre-selling, something that you control. So it's always relevant. So, it'll start to rank. You can use it over and over again. I mean, I've got posts on my blog, which I've used, repeatedly, many, many times. I mean, the first one that I used has probably made me $5,000+ in affiliate commission just by using it, sending it out. I drop it into Facebook, and I can just continue to use it. It also ranks. It's crazy. So people are coming in there. I open access. So I've got a button at the end of the post. So sometimes I'll have that closed. Sometimes I'll have it open, and it just builds anticipation. It builds engagement. I get people to comment on there, and the more engagement I have on there, the more people want it. So every time I open it up, I can make a bucket load of affiliate commissions again.
I totally get that, because obviously being someone that has to prepare reviews myself, and being someone like yourself who, if you're going to do it, you do it thoroughly. You go through the product, you test the product. I mean, the amount of times I drive vendors crazy with me pinging them on Facebook saying, so this don't work and that don't work and this has crashed and that's crashed, where I'm testing the thing to make sure that it's going to be good enough to promote. And that takes so long, doesn't it? And putting a review together, it's time consuming and it can be hard work. But in essence, it's like the core of our business until this concept came along. Now, the other thing the question I think that people didn't get is, you talk about magnets, you talk about this thing that you'll give them in return that you control. Do you cover how they can get those magnets?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I mean, this is designed with everybody in mind. So if you are brand new to this, then it's all covered there. You're not going to be left dangling and wondering, well, what the hell's a magnet, or where do I get these magnets, or how do I put them together? It's all covered. Like I say, you don't even have to put them together yourself. So that sounds a bit cryptic, but
but I think that's probably what a lot of people want to hear. So what in effect we're talking about here is a kind of a fast track way to commissions that's not only easier, it's a much better use of your time. You don't have to review product after product after product. You kind of do the work once and then leverage that over and over again.
Yes. Yeah, that's it. I mean, people, when they click through to your details page, by the time they get there, those people that do get there, they're not interested in the affiliate product. As long as the value or the price of that, that affiliate product that you're asking them to buy resonates with the perceived value of what they're going to get, i.e. your magnet, they're going to buy it, but they're not interested in that affiliate offer. So if it's a pile of crap, they don't care, because they've only bought it to get whatever it is you're giving to them, and you're giving them value.
Yeah.
And it's also an ethical way of doing it. You know, there are products that are released, you support them, you don't have time to go through them, but you can do that. You can do it ethically because you're actually giving them value. They're only purchasing that affiliate product in order to get your magnet, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does make perfect sense. And I know that it's something that you've been doing yourself for, but I guess it's a few months now, isn't it?
I've been doing it since November. The first time I did it was the 10th of November, and it was kind of a fluky thing. I had something coming up and I wanted to do well on it. And I had a little case study that I've been working on over on ClickBank, some direct linking stuff. And I thought, well, I'll package this up. I'll put it in a PDF. I think it was a 2 or 3 page PDF, ugly little thing. But people were only really interested in the method. They didn't really care what it looked like or how fancy it was. They just wanted the method. And I was going to use it as a bonus, a typical bonus, i.e. you get this when you buy this. But instead of doing that, I'll be honest with you, I didn't actually get the product. It was a great product, but I'm not tech savvy.
No, the amount of times that I've said exactly the same thing.
Yeah. I mean,
don't get it.
It was technical, but it was beyond me. It was not something that I would have used personally, but I knew a lot of people would.
Yeah.
But I didn't really want to go through it because, as I've said, I'm not techie. I'm not into that sort of stuff. So what I decided to do was turn the whole thing around. So rather than promoting that particular product, what I did was I promoted or I pre-sold the ClickBank method, the method that I've been using. And people just went crazy for it. And I made, it was around about $1,600 in a day. Now, I know a lot of people watching this think, well, it's easy for him because he's got a list. And that's true. I did use my list. I did send my list to that pre-sale post. So, no, you wouldn't be able to make that kind of money in a day. But you can do it as you kind of progress.
Yeah.
But even if you're just starting off, you can do this. You can build a real business at the same time. It's evergreen, so it will always be there. It will always be there to potentially make you money. It'll rank, but you'll still make money in the short term. And I mean, even if you can't get accepted over on JVZoo and Warrior Plus, which I know a lot of people can't, I've also included details on a platform that you'll get instantly accepted on. So there are no barriers to this, really.
Yeah, that's cool. And just the other thing, I know that, just having listened to a lot of people for some time now, they're going to think, wait a second, you mentioned I've got to have my own blog. I have no idea how to register a domain and get hosting and create a blog. How do I do that? But I think you've got that covered, haven't you? I think.
Yeah. The age thing again, and remembering what it's like to be just starting out. What I did was I included a section of videos. I'm not sure how many, maybe 6, 7, 8. I'm not sure. But anyway, if you are new, there's a bunch of videos in there that cover the real basics, i.e., buying a domain, hosting, setting up WordPress, cPanel, that kind of thing. So,
and that is something I think that is important. But also, for anyone that's thinking, right, no, I'm not going to do that because that means I've got to spend money. I would say one thing, and that is if you don't have an online presence in this day and age and you're trying to make money online, seriously.
Yeah, and a lot of people jump online, and we all do it. We all jump online, and we're all sold on the idea of pushing a button and then, dollars falling from the sky. And in reality, that isn't the case. It doesn't work like that. Anything that you do online, whether you do it as a part-time venture or full-time or whatever, has to be treated as a real business.
Yeah.
Until you do that, then you really won't get anywhere. Yeah, you may make a few commissions, you may make a few dollars here and a few dollars there, but it's only really when you take this seriously and invest some time and in some cases a little bit of money that you'll get anywhere. So yeah, with Blox, you will need a self-hosted blog, WordPress blog, and you will need a domain. And
I mean, we're talking, you know, what, $10 less than that for a domain. Actually, you can get a name cheap.
yes,
Get
I mean,
.com for
the domain. It doesn't need to be related to anything in particular. You know, I mean, mine is just markbishop.net. So
yeah. And then the hosting is, you know, this is for people that haven't got it, and most people probably have by now. But if they haven't, I mean, I think hosting you can get for like $5.99 a month or something like that.
You can get it ridiculously cheaply. I mean, you know, even a shared hosting package. It doesn't have to be anything spectacular. You know, and I'm not telling anybody that they're going to make thousands overnight, but this is it's a real business, and it really does work.
Yeah, and I think what's been fascinating for me is to see someone like you who's established and is used to hitting the leaderboards.
Yeah.
Swap out to a different system. That's
yeah.
You know.
I thought you were going to talk about hitting them day after day, but yeah, I mean, I have essentially switched the method that I use. It makes it easier for me. It makes it more enjoyable for me. You know, I actually like putting the content together. But even if you don't, you know, I mean, it'll take you maybe a couple of hours to put something great together. You can use that for months, even years to come. So
yeah, exactly. That's the point I was going to say. That when someone, if anyone's thinking, no, 2 hours work, no, we're talking about you put something together that you're going to use over and over again for multiple promotions. And very successfully if you follow exactly what Mark's put into his course, which I've got to say was not surprisingly incredibly good. I was hooked from the minute that I started looking at it, and well, you know, I mean, I was messaging you at the weekend. I was at my daughter's riding lessons, and I'm messaging away, super excited because I can't believe, you know, what you've revealed.
It's so simple, Trevor. I mean, you know, anybody that gets Blox and go through it, all of a sudden they just think, oh yeah. But you cover things.
Yeah, but you cover everything. I mean, it's all very well, you know. Yeah, it is a simple system, but you still need to go through and do the specific steps that you've perfected. You know, if you couldn't just sort of run away from here now and think, right, yeah, that's it. I've got the idea. I know what I'm doing. Because even though I've gone through maybe I think 3 or 4 of the modules so far, I still know that there's gaps that need to be filled for me.
So you do need to go through all of the training. This is something that I've been using, testing, and tweaking since November last year. And you know, what you get inside of Blox is a result of that. So you do need to follow all 3. You do need to go through all the modules. It'll take you a little while, but you know, in the grand scheme of things, it's 1-2 hours well spent.
Yeah, definitely. It's an investment for the future. Just before we wrap up, Mark, just quickly, could you give us an idea about the OTOs? There are 3. Is it 3 OTOs in total?
Yeah. So I mean, in the front end, you've got pretty much everything there. So the whole method, even, you know, the magnets. So everything is included in the front end. That's going to cost $13 for the first 4 hours. So it launches at 11 on Thursday the 22nd. So 11 US, so that's Eastern US, and it's going to cost you $13 for the first 4 hours. After that, the price will go up and it'll end up being $17, which is still next to nothing, really. But
well, $17, I was looking earlier, actually, because I was responding to somebody else's comment. And you could go to a local pizzeria in America and get 2 pizzas and do your $17, and they'll be gone in like 20 minutes.
There you go.
You know.
But yeah, I mean, there are a couple of upsells. And these are additional values. So I don't want anybody watching this to think, well, I need to purchase that in order to make, you know, the method work. That isn't the case. But they do add additional value. So firstly, the first upsell, we've got something called auto rank. So it's a PDF and a video. And what this essentially allows you to do is it allows your site to get crawled, indexed quicker. So it'll take you 10 minutes. So 10 minutes when you set up your blog initially, and then every post that you actually post on your blog will get crawled and indexed quicker by Google, Yahoo, and Bing. It just means that, when you do this, like I say, you only have to do it once. But once you've done this, everything that you post has a much better chance of getting picked up organically and turning up on, in some cases, some of my posts, without doing anything other than that, are on page 1. So, organic traffic, which is always nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's included. We also have access to a bunch of plugins and themes. So what these are used for are magnets. So,
this is all in OTO1, is it?
Yeah, software has a greater perceived value for whatever reason. But you could use plugins, themes as magnets. So basically, you find a plugin. It's not yours, by the way, but you find a plugin. And then what you do is you pre-sell that plugin as your magnet. And it's all free. So you can do that. And then people will buy through you to get that plugin. So access details of how to get access to thousands of plugins and thousands of themes, that's included. Also, there's also, we've kind of touched on the details page, which is pretty much where, the conversion takes place, i.e. people turn into commission, if you like. So what I've done here to make it easy to speed things up is I've put together a color-coded template. So all you really need to do is swap out the red text.
Okay.
Change that, drop it into yours, and you're ready to go. So let me see if I covered everything there. And the video expansion training. So 97 minutes.
Are we still on OTO1?
Yeah, still on OTO1. So 97 minutes of expansion video training. So yeah, all of that is covered in the first upgrade, upsell, OTO, what call it?
Wow. I didn't realize, I've got to be honest, I know it sounds like a sales pitch, but I didn't realize that all I thought was just a video expansion.
No. That's all included there. That's going to cost you $27.
That's a no-brainer, definitely, because when you said about that, I'm thinking, wait a second, a plug-in, auto, that sounds good. Well, I've missed it. I thought it was the video, so that's
yeah, no. So, sort of access, I mean, they're not mine. I'm just pointing you in the right direction.
Yeah.
You can use these all day long, and there's thousands and thousands and thousands of them that you can use. So there's no end of magnets that you can put together.
So that answers that, that kind of question about.
Absolutely.
But you don't need it because you do cover in your front end.
Yes. So there's multiple sources covered in the front end. But if you want to take it to another level, then the first upsell is certainly worth a look.
Yeah. Okay. Excellent.
And on top of that, we have what I call Blox Max, which is OTO2. Now we've talked about me doing this, and I've been doing this since November. So what you'll get access to here is pretty much all of the plugins. Plugins on the brain now. All of the magnets that I've used. So these are actual magnets. I use my own products. You can tap into those as well. They're all hosted. So if you wanted to use what I've used, and you can also use my blog and my posts as reference points, so you can pretty much swipe my content to match my magnets. You can use those for yourself. So it's pretty close to done for you, Trevor.
Yeah.
It's not 100% done for you because you would still have to have your own blog. You would still need to add that content to your blog, and you would still need to drive traffic to that post. So not.
But the exciting thing about that, Mark, is that because you've got a track record of success with this.
It's already proven to work, and they're all hosted as well. So I mean, if you are just starting out and you're not sure about hosting these different things or delivering them, it's all done for you. You just use my link.
I like that. I like the idea of that, and because of the fact that it's the magnet that you use that drew this amount of interest. Convert that into sales. So if they use exactly the same magnet, I'm not going to say they're going to get the same results, but
no, I mean,
they're heading in the right direction.
That anybody would get the same results as I do because I mean, apart from the other methods I use to drive traffic, I also use my list. So it's obvious that I can make more money than pretty much anybody starting out.
Yeah.
But anybody starting out will make money with it. That's the point here.
And we all have to start somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, I had to start somewhere. I mean, I failed for years and years and years. Like I say, Trevor.
Yeah.
I was a plumber here in the UK, and I didn't start doing any of this until I was well into my 40s. I was a niche marketer in 2010, 2011. I didn't get into the IM game until 2013. And, I'm still a complete technophobe. So, pretty much everybody.
Self-confessed.
If I can do this, anybody can.
Yeah.
So that was Blox Max. That would cost you $37.
Okay.
On top of that, there is a reseller package. So if you wanted to sell the whole of Blox, but not just Blox, I've also included Hookem. So 2 products, you could sell both of those products. You get 100% commission for all of it. Then, it's like a business in a box, really, if you're interested in that kind of thing. It works very well with Blox because you can basically, you can have a magnet, and then basically the product that you want people to purchase could be either Blox or it could be Hookem.
Yeah.
And you get 100% commission for it.
Yeah. You definitely had me at hello on that one. It was already whirring around.
Because
it's a favourite of mine, license rights. I love promoting license rights to my list because it is a really simple and genuine way of getting the best return on investment when it comes to traffic and stuff like that. Because if you do a little bit of work and you send someone into that funnel and they go through and they start buying the upgrades, it's ka-ching all the way.
So when you're getting 100% commission for it, then it's certainly worth considering. I know it's not for everybody, but the option is there. I mean, anybody that's interested in that should know that initially it's going to be $67, which is kind of giveaway for 2 products, but that will only be for 4 hours. After that, it's going to go up, and it will get quite expensive. So it's worth grabbing it, quickly if you can.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So apart from that, I think that's probably everything covered now, isn't it? Anything else that you want to wrap up with before we say goodbye?
I think we've covered it quite well, Trevor. I think I just finish off with the fact that this works on. I've already said it, but this works on several levels. So you're making money in the short term. So you're making money maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day from an affiliate promotion, but you're also adding great content to your blog. And when you do that, you're compounding the authority of it. So maybe not now, and maybe not next week, but in 2 or 3 months' time, if you keep doing this, you'll have a real asset that will continue to make you money.
Yeah.
It's a real business. Blox works on many levels. It's an evergreen system. It's not throwaway. And, it's something that anybody can do.
Yeah, definitely. And I don't think it's shiny. I think it's...
Obviously, a lot of people will buy it thinking there's, dollar's going to fall from the sky. It's not the case. This is something that actually works. It's something that I use in my own business, but it's also something that absolutely anybody can do.
Yeah.
There is work, don't get me wrong. There is work. It's not something that's going to make you a fortune tomorrow. If you apply it today, if you build your blog today and you put a great post together with a great magnet, you'll make money tomorrow. It's as simple as that. You're not going to make thousands of dollars tomorrow. That's going to take time, but you'll get there,
Yeah.
Stick with it, you will get there.
Excellent. Okay, Mark, well, thank you very much for your time. And obviously, I wish you all the luck for the launch. I'm sure it's going to be incredibly huge, as all of yours are. But I think this one has got a little bit something extra to it. So thanks for your time, and I'll speak to you soon, mate.
All right. Thanks, Trevor. Goodbye.